What's going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with the Wraparound. We're going to be breaking down the NHL action going down on Friday, November 1st, 2024. If you like this content, make sure you smash that thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. Make sure you let me know your NHL picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games that I love, including my daily $15 best bet, head on over to Pickdawgz.com and click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. I had another decent day catching some underdogs with the Wraparound yesterday. We got a 6-game card as we head into a loaded weekend of action. Saturday's card is going to be great, not just NHL, but college football, NBA, and of course, like I said, NHL is going to be on the docket as well. But you guys know, we're here to talk about the guys on the ice. We're here to talk some NHL, make some ice cold hard cash. You guys know the drill. You ready? I'm ready. Let's get into it. Our first matchup comes to us from the Nokia Arena in Finland, as you've got the Dallas Stars taking on the Florida Panthers. And I think this is a fairly even matchup, and these international spots can be a little bit tricky at times. But I think the way I'm leaning here is towards the Florida Panthers, because, you know, I've had times this season where I've had a hard time trusting the Florida Panthers. But side by side, as much as I respect the Dallas Stars, I'm not taking anything away from Dallas, because you can really only play who's been put in front of you. I still think that the Florida Panthers have just played the much tougher schedule. I mean, look at some of the games they played lately over their last 10. They beat the Islanders. They beat the Rangers. They lost to Minnesota, but they beat Vegas at home in overtime. Lost to Vancouver at home in overtime. Meanwhile, Dallas, you know, the toughest game that you could argue they have played is the Washington Capitals on the road, and they lost that game. Meanwhile, they shut out the Islanders 3-0. They shut out the Kraken 2-0. They split with the they beat the Edmonton Oilers, but they also beat the Chicago Blackhawks. The Boston Bruins are not what we thought they were coming into the season, or at least not what I thought they were going to be coming into the season. So I'm going to take a shot here with the team getting the better price here. And again, this is a home and home and back-to-back. We're going to be talking about the same matchup on Saturday's Wraparound as well. So it can be a little bit tricky, but I'm going to lean towards the Panthers here at minus 105. Next, we had the Madison Square Garden where the New York Rangers take on the Ottawa Senators. And, you know, Ottawa has been lighting the lamp like crazy in some of their recent games. I mean, you look at their last 5 games alone, they've scored 4 or more goals in all 5 games, including 8 goals in an 8-1 rout of the St. Louis Blues last time out. But the majority of their recent success in terms of wins have been coming at home. You look, they've scored 4 goals in each of the 3 games on their recent West Coast road trip. But my problem is that they scored 4 goals in each of those games and still went just 1-2 on that road trip, because they lost games against the Vegas Golden Knights 6-4 and the Colorado Avalanche 5-4. Now you take on the New York Rangers, you know, who are still one of the best teams in the NHL despite some recent inconsistencies. And Ottawa, you look at that 3-game road trip. Who do they lose to? Teams that I think you would argue are better than the Ottawa Senators, while they beat the Utah Hockey Club, who have been in straight regression mode. My common thread here, I think the New York Rangers are the better team. And while the goaltending has improved with Linus Ullmark for the Ottawa Senators, I still trust the tandem of Igor Shesterkin and Jonathan Quick more than I trust Ottawa's right now. And I just trust the Rangers being at home. Like I said, the Sens just 1-3 so far on the road this season. So I'm going to take the Rangers to win this one in regulation at minus 115. I'll also put a little bit on the puck line as well. Now we head to the KeyBank Center where the Buffalo Sabres take on the New York Islanders. And there are going to be a couple tricky games that we're going to be talking about to close out the card over our last 4 games. But this is one of them because, you know, I'm trying to figure out which New York Islanders team is going to show up here. But then it hits me, you know, the New York Islanders are wildly inconsistent this season. Of the 10 games they've played, they've scored 1 goal or less in half of those games after being shut out by the Columbus Blue Jackets last time out. I get that it was a back-to-back, but look at who they lost to. They lost to the Blue Jackets and the Anaheim Ducks on that back-to-back as well. The Buffalo Sabres, not my favorite team to back consistently, especially when you're laying juice with them. But I will say that Buffalo, you know, they're still playing fairly well, and they're at least scoring some goals. You know, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen gave up 5 to Florida, but prior to that, he gave up 3 to Detroit, 2 to Dallas, 2 to Chicago, and it's been giving the Sabres a shot to win some games. So I'm going to go with the Buffalo Sabres here. I also lean towards the under 6, as this historically has been an under-dominated matchup. The unders cashed in 6 meetings in a row. So lean towards the under 6, but I'll take the Sabres here at minus 120. Now we're heading to another tricky matchup for me. The Columbus Blue Jackets hosting the Winnipeg Jets from the Nationwide Arena. And it's tricky because if you follow the wraparound recently, these are two teams we have made money hand over fist with. The Winnipeg Jets 9-1 straight up this season, the best record in the NHL, while the Columbus Blue Jackets are 8-1 on the puck line, including all those games they've been been in the underdog role. So, which side do you go with here? Could you potentially go with Columbus plus the goal and a half at -160? I wouldn't shake my finger at it. I mean, it's a good look. But the thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the over in a lean because, as good as the goaltending has been on both sides, I could easily see, Connor Hellebuck giving up a couple here. And even the games where he's been playing well, he's given up 3 goals a couple times. He gave up 5 to the Maple Leafs. Columbus, has been respectable in some spots. I mean, they put up 6 against Edmonton, 6 against Toronto, 6 against Buffalo. All those games were at home, even 3 in a loss to Florida at home. They're 4-2 straight up at home. Winnipeg 5-0 on the road, and this has been an over team. Even if this game turns into a blowout in favor of Winnipeg or Columbus, I think you're going to see some goals because Winnipeg, you look at their last 7 games, they've scored 4 or more goals in 6 of those 7, including 4 straight. I'm going to go with the over 6 between the Jets and the Blue Jackets. Now we head to the XL Energy Center where the Minnesota Wild take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. This is going to be a great game, I think. You have 2 teams that are really starting to come on strong. The Tampa Bay Lightning winners of 3 in a row, while the Minnesota Wild have won 5 of their last 6. And they've been scoring goals in bunches to do so as well. But the thing for me is that I'm a little bit worried that Minnesota's become a little bit reliant on that offense. The goaltending has stepped up without a doubt. I mean, Minnesota getting solid outings from Marc-Andre Fleury, Philip Gustafsson as well. But I mean, Fleury gave up 3 goals in the win over Pittsburgh, and Gustafsson gave up 6 to Philadelphia. While Tampa Bay, they're coming on strong defensively. You've got Andrei Vasilevsky coming on strong as well. And I think this could be a spot where, the Tampa Bay Lightning could provide some value here. It's not often you're going to get the Lightning at even money, even on the road, I think, for much of the season. And this is a revenge spot for the Tampa Bay Lightning. We just saw these two teams square off, just over a week ago, and it was Minnesota picking up a 4-2 win in Tampa Bay. I think that the Lightning get some revenge here. I'm going to go with the Lightning at even money. Our final game on Friday's card takes us to the Scotiabank Saddledome where the Calgary Flames take on the New Jersey Devils. And, I went back and forth on this one because I got bit by the New Jersey Devils against the Vancouver Canucks. But for me, I think that just goes to show you that the New Jersey Devils are a team that have a lot of firepower, and even in defeat, they can find the back of the net. And that's why I'm leaning towards the over, but I also lean towards the Devils because the Calgary Flames are showing those signs of regression that were a real concern with this team. They got out to the hot start, but then you were kind of sitting there wondering when the other shoe was going to drop with Calgary, and it started to. They've lost 4 straight and 5 of 6. In each of the last 4 losses, they've given up at least 4 goals, including giving up 5 goals in 3 straight. Like I said, the New Jersey Devils are just playing extremely well right now, putting up goals left and right. And I think that New Jersey can definitely do some damage here. Like I said, they've scored 6 goals in back-to-back games, 5 or more in 4 of their last 6. So give me the over 6.5 and give me the Devils here at -160 to round things out. That's it. That's all the NHL action for Friday, November 1st, 2024. Again, if you like this content, make sure you smash that thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel. Make sure you let me know your NHL picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games that I love, including my daily $15 best bet, head on over to pickdawgz.com. Click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. And remember to use the promo code PICK at checkout for 15% off your purchase. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys soon.